Welcome everybody back to Shiying Gaming and Firework Part 4. Let's go ahead and conclude our investigation on what happened on the Tian family. Oh, there is something new to investigate. Interesting. Yes, there is a fingerprint. Nice. So we need to find, as a reminder from the previous episode, we need to find 3 fingerprints that were on the bottle that was containing the poison. So we need to find out who operated it and essentially who killed the family. I don't have professional equipment at hand, so I can only use tapes to extract the fingerprint. Interesting. I'll see if I can find a tape first. Hold on, we need to find a tape then. There is a roll of tape in the cabinet, wouldn't you know it? Alright, now we can extract the fingerprint proper. And we do it. Excellent, see? You only need the tape to be a forensics expert. Anyhow, let's keep looking for more fingerprints. Alright, none in this room as well. Quite elusive, those fingerprints are. The diary mentioned that Fan Fan slept with her grandma in the same room. They were probably worried that a soul-summoning ritual would affect Fan Fan. Alright, and I think we found another one. Indeed. Unique residue as well on this fingerprint. I wonder if there's any significance to that. Alright, since we found one fingerprint in each room, I'm guessing this one will hold the final one. Oh, and we do have a camera as well. And it is on the camera, indeed. There is a colorful fingerprint on the toy camera. And we obtained it. Now we got all 3. Now all the corresponding fingerprints on the bottle cap are collected. After matching the fingerprints, I should be able to figure out the culprit behind the poisoning. Alright, a simple I guess, to agree. Chapter 5, The Bird, begins now. Alright, so we know Zhao Shanghuan's fingerprint. We can start matching the 3 fingerprint samples that we have collected just now. Which fingerprint will you choose? I guess let's start with Zhao Huan's. Should be fingerprint 1. Fingerprints matched, indeed. Mom, what are you doing? Nothing. Have you finished your homework? Yes, I've finished it. Mom, are you sick? I'm okay. These are sleeping pills. They help me sleep better. Can I have one, Mom? You're a kid. You don't have enough worries to keep you up all night. Will all your worries be gone after having this? Yeah, I wake up without any worries. I see. That's why you look a lot happier lately. Oh yeah, my birthday's coming soon. Of course, I remember. I'll buy you a big cake. Yes. Listen to me. Kids cannot take this medicine. Fan Fan is a good kid, so don't touch it, okay? Okay, I won't touch it. Alright, so the first fingerprint, not much about it, I guess. Sleeping pills, no rat poison, nothing about that ever mentioned. Alright, now match the fingerprint on the bottle cap in the middle. Which should be number 3. Fingerprints matched. Judging by its size, this is a child's fingerprint with some traces of crayon on it. So that is Fanfan. Exactly. Fanfang's fingerprint. What was she doing? Interesting, she just took some. Well, she thinks these are sleeping pills though, right? She knows nothing about rat poison, so... Alright, we'll see where that leads. Why would Fanfan steal the sleeping pills? Let's match the last fingerprint first. I'm guessing this is going to be the fingerprint that gives us most answers. Fingerprints matched. The residue in the front of the fingerprint is quite unique. That's the residue from the scratch-off part of a lottery ticket. This fingerprint is probably from Tian Zhanrong. Tian Zhanrong. Hey, are you sure you want to do this? And this is the grandmother speaking, by the way. I think I can handle seeing you once a week. Don't you want to see you every day? Of course I do, but... You've seen it yourself. She's really possessed by you. Okay, I can kinda see what's going on. They think they can see you through the daughter, through Zhan Huan, but they can only do it once a week because this happens like every 7 days. And then they visit the witch. But now the witch has been captured. And I don't know, I guess the grandfather tries to poison the daughter? No, well, let's keep going. Mr. Zhang said if Xia Huan's soul leaves her body when we summon Yu's soul over, he can stay in her body forever. That way our son will live with us again. Don't worry, the poison I got is strong. She will die quietly, so the body can remain complete. Alright, I guess worst fears confirmed. The grandfather is trying to kill the daughter. The mother, if you will. Poisoning an adult to death. I'm afraid we'll get caught. That's what you're afraid of? The fact that you're killing somebody? Okay, cool. If anyone asks, just say that our daughter-in-law has gone mad and committed suicide by taking rat poison. I've told Wang Jingkai he will testify. Oh, and that's why he was murdered. I guess. Interesting. Is he trustworthy? We have worked together for many years. He has never leaked anything. If I get caught, he won't get away as well. Oh well, I guess 2 criminals committing an even worse crime that they already have is nothing that we didn't expect. Alright then. And in goes the rat poison. Tian Zhanrong is the one who poisoned... I told you Zhao Zhahuan was innocent. She wouldn't ever harm Fanfan. Miss Chen, it shouldn't be that simple. Tian Zhanrong laced the sleeping pills with poison. He knew Zhao Zhahuan was the only person who took them. Oh, actually, he's correct. Why did the entire family die if the intended target was only the daughter? He was a very cautious person. He would never have put the poison into the congee. Then, who put the poison into the congee? By the way, congee, I think, is the traditional bowl thing that Chinese eat from. I might be mistaken, but I think that's what it is. Now, I only have one speculation. The Tian family's murder case was an accident, but it was also the inevitable result of an accumulation of conflicts. Do you mean It began with the death of Tian Yu. Tian Yu died from epilepsy. After his death, the Tian family grieved for a long time. Missing their son, Tian Yu's mother, Yi Gulian, repeatedly asked Miss Zhang, a witch, to summon Yu's soul. And the catalyst to the events was Miss Zhang's arrest. I guess after Miss Zhang was arrested, Tian Zhanrong paid her to get the soul summoning method. Soul summoning requires a living person for the soul to attach itself to. Zhao Shahuan was the best choice for the Tians. Maybe Fanfan overheard the secret regarding their soul summoning plans. And she told Zhao Shahuan about this. So Zhao Shahuan decided to play along and pretended to be possessed by Tian Yu. Wait a minute. Why did Zhao Shahuan pretend to be Tian Yu? Oh, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Remember that Zhao Shahuan wanted to get her daughter out of town, but the grandparents wouldn't agree. Maybe they would agree to Tian Yu? Miss Chen, do you forget? Tian Zhanrong and his wife didn't allow Fanfan to study in the city at first, but then they suddenly agreed. Could it be Zhao Shahuan pretended to be Tian Yu so she could persuade them? Yes, Zhao Shahuan hoped to bring Fanfan out of this town, but her in-laws didn't allow it. And the only person in the family who could convince the grandparents was the deceased Tian Yu. Zhao Shahuan's plan went well, and Fanfan was allowed to study in the city. However, she underestimated how much her in-laws missed Tian Yu. The soul summoning ritual can only be held once in 7 days. But Tian Zhanrong wanted to see Tian Yu every day, which triggered his murderous plan. So, the actual person who put the poison in was... She was the person who witnessed everything, but couldn't understand what happened. Miss Chen, you should know who I'm talking about. And yes, indeed we know. It was the most innocent person in this murderous cycle, I guess, who was the one that committed the murder. No, that is impossible. This is currently the most reasonable explanation. The fingerprints on the bottle cap aren't the key to solving the case. The order of the fingerprints is. Fanfan stole the sleeping pills after Tian Zhanrong laced them with poison. What she stole was poison, even though she thought it was sleeping pills. If I'm correct, that's what happened on the day of the incident. Zhahuan? Zhahuan? Mom? Zhahuan, I've had a cough over the last few days. Will you get me some more medicine? The one from Kangjian. That brand's medicine works well. Okay. Also, Aunt Lee said that you went to Yi again for medicine. How many times have I told you not to go to his clinic? Mom, his clinic is legitimate, and his medicine is good and cheap. Legitimate my ass. He couldn't even treat you. Hurry up. All right. But I guess we all know she went to you instead, didn't she? And there is Fanfan, I guess, about to commit a murder without even knowing she does. Open the lid. My grandparents have never smiled since Dad died. Grandma burns incense and prays to Buddha every day. Grandpa always hides on the balcony and cries secretly. I hope they'll stop being sad. And we put in the sleeping pills, which are in fact rat poison. My grandma and grandpa said today is the soul summoning day. Actually, I know that Mom was pretending to be dead, just like the old lady. Every time she pretended to be dead, Mom had to eat fish, which she hated. Grandma said that Mom loves me and Dad very much, so she will do things that she doesn't like. Was it because she loved me that she ate the fish? But I don't want Mom to do things she doesn't like just because she loves me. I hope Mom can do what she likes. More sleeping pills. Mom said there would be no worries after taking this medicine. I hope that when I wake up, Mom, Grandma, and Grandpa will be happy. Fanfang, what are you doing? Mom forgot to turn off the stove when she went out, so I'm helping her watch it. She's too forgetful. Save some food for her. Let's eat first. Oh, and this is what explains everything. They ate first, they were poisoned first, and then the daughter Jahuan came back and found them all dead. Uh-huh. Mom, I'm back. Fan? Fan? Fan! Mom, what are you doing? We're leaving this place after the National Day. I'm packing up our clothes. Mom, this white dress is gorgeous. Why didn't you wear it? Mom is too old for this. No, I think you're still young. Please wear this next time we go to the park. I want to take photos of you. I'm really glad you're such a sweet girl, Fan. The dress is a bit wrinkled. Let me iron it. You jinx! You're no good until you're dead. You have to die with us. Take the poison. Now! My body will not rot into the mud like a bird. It'll die in the sky. And there you have it, I guess. What really happened to the Tian family was ultimately a tragedy, which did start though as a devious and murderous plan by the grandfather. Why did this happen? Miss Chen, I'll try to report our findings to my superior, but the evidence is lacking, so it's very likely that... I understand. That's not the result I wanted to see either. Would people believe that Fan accidentally poisoned the family out of good intentions? They only think that Fan killed the whole family due to mischievousness. Sorry for taking all your time for nothing, Officer Lin. This place seems to have changed back. Uh-huh. The sound of a door opening comes from the entrance. Miss Chen, there is nothing left to be investigated. I want to tell you one more thing before we leave. I lied to you. I got the ledger before the incident occurred, and I've sent it to the press. It's okay, Miss Chen. Handing it to the press is the same as handing it to us. It's good as long as we can expose Tianjin Rong's transactions with his buyers. Let's go then. Alright, and thus we leave the residence for good, I guess. Officer Lin, I think I have left something back in the Tian's house. I'll be right back. Sure, I'll be waiting for you here. But there is still a phone call. Who could it be? Let's see. A voice call record is shown on the screen. Hello? Xingsu? Hi, Chief, it's me. Xingsu, I've received the ledger. No one else has read it, right? I'm the only one. Why are the names of our company executives on it? Oh, shoot. Ah, man, truth can never prevail, does it? Yep, I'm guessing we're gonna bury that evidence as well. That happened a long time ago, and the laws weren't strictly enforced at that time. Oh, excuses. So, will their names be published? Xingsu, some of the names on it can be made public. Some can't for now. And some can never be known to the public. Yes, the owners of the newspaper, I guess, can get away with it. After all, it's good now that we've got the ledger. Xingsu, you've done a fantastic job. The credit is not mine. I've read about what happened to the Tian family. What a shame that we weren't able to thank Miss Zhao in person. Don't get too hung up on it, Xingsu. Also, now that Tian Zhanrong is dead, the buyers might search his house for the ledger. It isn't safe for you to stay there. You should return as soon as possible. Chief, I have to prepare for class. Being a volunteer teacher is nothing but a disguise. Don't fall too deep into the role. I'll send someone to pick you up tomorrow. How does that sound? Can you give me 3 more days? I want to sort some stuff out. And I have another request. After the article is published, can you remove my name from it? Why? We'll talk when we meet, Chief. Okay, make sure you stay safe. Alright, let's go back and meet, I guess, Miss Chen. Pretty honorable. Interesting. Did Miss Chen make it back? Where did Miss Chen go? Oh, these are random voices. Remember, in the beginning of the game, we actually saw that she disappeared. Probably presumed dead as well. So I'm guessing we are looping back to this point of the story now. Have you seen Miss Chen? How long has it been since she last came to school? Has she gone missing? How can she be missing? Greetings, residents. This is a notice for a missing person. Shen Qingsu, a local female primary school teacher, has been missing for 3 days. Miss Chen left school in the night of the 23rd. Her whereabouts are currently unknown. She was wearing a white blouse, long blue skirt, red hairband, and was carrying a red umbrella when she disappeared. If any residents know the whereabouts of Miss Chen, please inform the office. In addition, we will organize an aquatic search and rescue. We hope that seasoned swimmers and divers can participate actively. I'd also like to remind everyone that there has been a lot of rain during this season and the roads near the river are slippery, so pay attention while driving. Alright, then Miss Chen missing, I guess. I'm guessing the epilogue of this story is going to be finding out what happened to Miss Chen. Alright, this is all that we heard actually from the announcement, so I'm not gonna read it again. Where do you think she went? I heard that it rained on the day she disappeared. Do you think it's possible that she fell into the river? Tian's granddaughter was Miss Chen's student. Nothing good has happened to anyone who got close to that family. Right? People have been saying that she received calls from Tian's daughter-in-law in the middle of the night. I also heard that the town is going to hold a memorial for Miss Chen. Why would they hold a memorial when they haven't even found the body? Miss Chen is young and single. It'd be ominous that she died away from home. If they had performed the ritual earlier, the spirits wouldn't have caused so much trouble. I'm guessing everybody has his own view. But what really happened to Miss Chen? Let's go find out. Kids, what are you doing? We are here to look for Miss Chen. People have been saying that Miss Chen fell into the water and drowned. But we believe she will come back. Grandma said if we release lanterns into the water, the people who fell into the water will follow the lanterns and find their way back. That is a very romantic opinion. It's dangerous to go near the river. I will help you release the lanterns. Okay, thank you, Mr. Officer. And we release the lanterns, I guess. Does this mean we have lost Miss Chen? I guess we'll find out soon. And now we guide the lantern, I guess. Hopefully to Miss Chen, we'll see. And Chapter 6, The Milky Way, starts now. Miss Chen? Officer, what brought you here? I'm looking for you. So are many people. Sorry for worrying you all. A lot of things have happened recently. My mind is a mess. All my troubles seem to disappear every time I come here. What is this place? This is an empty field behind my house. When I was little, I accidentally fell into a dry well while I was playing here. It was at night, and I was very scared. I had no idea how much time had passed, and I inadvertently looked up. And I saw something I'd never forget for my whole life. I seemed to have forgotten my fear. I was just staring at the bright starry sky. Then someone dropped a rope down to me. I slowly climbed up the rope. As I climbed closer to the top, my range of vision grew wider. As soon as I made it out of the dry well, the entire starry sky stretched out before me. But I didn't find the person who dropped the rope down, and I didn't tell my parents about this when I got home. I thought it was just an unforgettable childhood experience that stuck with me. But after spending some time in Xingtan, I finally understood. The children here are like me when I was trapped in the well. They can only look up and see a little part of the starry sky. I want to be the one who throws the rope to them. I want these children to go out and see the world. Miss Chen, I know you want to help those children. They are also waiting for you to return. It is time. We can use this rope to climb out of here. By the way, Miss Chen, something just came to my mind. I promised you that I'll tell you how I obtained those clues when the Tian family case is solved. There's no need. I got the gist of it. You're different from everyone else. This could be destiny. You are destined to be a cop who seeks justice for the dead. I'll try to be that person, Miss Chen. I believe in you. By the way, officer, I can't climb up by myself. Will you climb up there, then drag me up? I'm not heavy, but you can definitely do it. Right, and up we go. The beautiful starry sky was drawing closer. I was so close, almost within reach. I start to understand how Miss Chen felt when she climbed up the well. I find myself wanting to share my feelings at that moment. But as I turn around, Miss Chen is gone. All I saw was the bottomless well with its water reflecting the starry horizon. Where did Miss Chen go? No one knows. Maybe she went somewhere far away and will return someday. Or maybe she has become one of the stars in the Milky Way. You're finally awake. You fainted twice tonight. That is serious. Zhang? Captain Lu? Why am I here? Huh, You even asked the same thing twice. You passed out in the bathroom. If no one had found you, you would have had to lie on the floor all night. Bathroom? Was there a broken mirror with a rose there? Yes, there's one with a rose pattern. My speculation was right. I entered that world when I looked at the mirror in the bathroom of Diane's house. Captain, is Lixun always like this? Did he bump his head? He just woke up. He's still trying to figure out what happened. Zheng, I have to report to our superiors about the case. Stay here and take care of Lixun. Captain, is there any progress on the Tian family case? Lixun, do you know about the case? Yes, that's exactly why I went to the Tian's house to investigate. That's perfect. It will save us time from explaining. Basically, there is a new suspect in the case. Who is it? You probably met him before. He's the doctor in this clinic, Yi Jing-san. Oh, we forgot about Jing-san. Interesting. Now we're gonna see his part in the story. Is there any evidence? We searched the Tian's house again and discovered that some of the salt in the kitchen was laced with rat poison. The bag of salt had been resealed and barely left any traces. This can never be done in just 1 or 2 attempts. Oh, hold on. Why does the plot suddenly thicken now? I mean, there was rat poison in the pills, we know that. Rat poison in the salt as well? That sounds like kind of after the fact. Interesting. The clues led us to the clinic's storage room. We found large amount of similar salt packages there. It's likely that he practiced many times to ensure that the seal was intact. It actually makes sense, but what the hell is going on? And Yi Jing-san had a motive for murder. I heard about the grudge between Tian Zhanrong and Yi Jing-san. There's still something that doesn't make sense though. Right, but there's no way to continue the investigation. The suspect is dead. I'm afraid this case will become an unsolved case. Hold on, the doctor is dead? What the hell is going on? Yi Jing-san is dead? Yeah, he was burned to death. It happened near the Tian's house. Yi Jing-san's car was completely burned. All that was left was the frame. We found a body that is suspected to be Yi Jing-san, and it's been diverted to Miss Song for an autopsy. How did the car catch on fire? There were a lot of fireworks in the car. Perhaps Yi Jing-san was transporting them from the city for someone else. And there we have the title of the game. Interesting. We also found cigarette butts in the car. Yi Jing-san was probably smoking while driving, and a cigarette butt accidentally dropped on the fireworks and ignited them. Zhengming, have you checked if Yi Jing-san was a smoker? Well, he secretly smoked and was seen by several of his patients. He did smoke. I saw him do it. I was gonna say, the more you want to hide it, the more likely you'll get caught. Anyway, why did he hide the fact that he was a smoker? The more you want to hide it, the more likely you'll get caught. What is wrong, Lixun? That is incorrect. There's something wrong. Lixun? Lixun must have thought about something. Don't disturb him. Do you want the smoke? Oh, don't tell anyone about me smoking. I always tell the old folks here to smoke less, and I can't justify it if they find out I smoke too. Now that I think about it, Yi Jing-san seemed to have deliberately smoked in front of me. Oh, the doctor was lying. Interesting, he was pretending as well. But why did he pretend to smoke? Why would he pretend to smoke? Uncle Wang, why am I here? Who gave me this pack of cigarettes? Shahuan, my leg is in pain again. Will you go to the pharmacy and pick up some medicine for me? Go to the one that's west of the town. Don't go to Yi's clinic. Sure. Get some rest, Mom. Don't push yourself too hard. Dr. Yi, will this plan really work? Oh, they have been conspiring. Interesting. Who do you think has the most say in the Tian family after Tian Yu's death? My father-in-law? No, it is still Tian Yu. You also know that your in-laws trusted the witch very much before. But who they believed in was not the witch, it was Tian Yu. This is a rare opportunity. You need to pretend to be possessed by Tian Yu and get your in-laws' trust. That way you'll get the chance to escape with Fanfan. But will they believe it? Miss Zhao, did Tian Yu smoke? Yeah, he used to smoke the same brand of cigarettes as you do. I do not smoke. A patient's family member gave it to me just now. I'm just holding the cigarette in my hand, and you mistakenly thought I smoke. Apply the same principle. Do what Tian Yu often did. After a while, they will believe that the soul summoning is working. Lastly, you need to mimic one key behavior to convince them that you are truly possessed. It is something you would never do. I hate eating fish. I feel sick every time I smell it. I've never had a bite of fish since I married into the Tian family. But Tian Yu loved eating fish. Then you will slowly adapt to eating fish during this period of time. I can prescribe some anti-vomiting medicine for you. However, the medicine's efficacy is limited, and the adaptation process will be painful. I understand. I'll do anything as long as I can get Fanfan out of here. And that was the plan all along. But why did he lace the salt with poison? Interesting. Lixun, did something come to your mind? Captain Lu, Yi Jing-san's death is too strange. I don't have time to explain now. I want to take a look at his body. No problem. I'll handle things on Qinghui's side. Zheng Ming, set up roadblocks on the main roads in town. Report to me right away if you encounter anyone suspicious. Oh, they are hunting down Yi Jing's son already. Interesting. So he might be alive. Probably is. Roger that. He's not going anywhere on my watch. Lixun, I'll wait for the outcome. Understood, Captain. I won't let you down. Alright, so I'm guessing now we're gonna go and see if the body that was burned was really the doctor. The plot thickens. Just when we thought we found out everything. I guess the doctor comes back into the picture to complicate things. Tian's family crime scene photos are hanging on the wall. Exploring the Tian's house was like a dream. After learning what everyone in the Tian family went through, I feel surreal looking at the way they died, as if I just woke up from a dream. The charred skeleton can be vaguely seen through the white cloth. The strong smell of fireworks greets you alongside the remaining warmth. It's as if the bones are still burning deep inside. Remove the white cloth. Who are you? Are you Jinui? I'm Lin Lixun. I'm new here. Oh, are you the rookie who passed out during the first dispatch? Ouch. Okay, doctor. Come on. Never mind, Zheng Min wasn't any better when he just joined the team. Captain Lu told me beforehand. You want to know if this body is my senior schoolmate, Yi. Yi? Your senior schoolmate? Ah, I used to call him like that. Shinui, you and Dr. Yi graduated from the same school? We both graduated from Shansheng Medical University. He graduated 2 years earlier than me. Did Dr. Yi study forensics as well? I would say he was half forensic. Well, during an anatomy class, Yi found something wrong with the organ of a donated corpse that died from a heart attack. Later, the lecturer invited the head of the forensic medicine department, a renowned individual in the forensic science, Professor Lu Yukong, and I'm sorry I butchered that I know, to perform an autopsy. After Professor Lu's autopsy, it was determined that the donated corpse was killed by medicine that can cause myocardial infarction. The suspect was arrested soon after that, and Yi became a star on campus. Professor Lu hoped that Yi could work with him. Although Yi's department didn't let him go, he investigated many cases with Professor Lu. That is why Dr. Yi said he knew a lot of cops. Yeah, everyone thought Yi was a rising star in the forensic field. But after graduation, he opened up a small clinic in town. I heard it was because his parents didn't want him to become a forensic doctor. They believed that this job would bring them bad luck. Professor Lu was also my supervisor. He seemed devastated every time this was brought up. Sorry for talking so much. It's okay. I want to know more about Dr. Yi anyway. Let's get down to business. You wanted to know if this corpse is Yi Jing's son, right? Yes, and we need to do it as soon as possible because we're running out of time. It won't be easy because Yi Jing's son was adopted, and we couldn't find his blood relatives for many years. Additionally, there are too many samples in the clinic. Analyzing them one by one will take too long. Shinui, there's a way to determine it in a short time. Oh, what is it? I see. I didn't expect you to know this. So, is this method feasible? It surely is, but the bones are severely damaged. Putting the bones back into their original arrangement is a lot of work. The trainee my superior sent hasn't arrived yet. If I do this alone, it will take a long time. So, is there any other way? I was hinting that you should help me, silly. Alright, so I guess let's put the bones back together. We can move and we can rotate. Alright, should be easy enough. I don't think I'm even gonna skip this part. It should be very fast. And there you have it. Your hypothesis was right. Thank you for your hard work, Shinui. I'll report this to Captain Lu. Shinui, I know it's bad news regardless of whether Dr. Yi is dead or alive. There may be a hidden truth in this case. We'll definitely find him and ask him for the truth. Okay. Thanks, Lixun. You can use the phone in the office to contact Captain Lu. Alright, so we obviously found out that Yi Jing-san is still alive. And the burning question is, of course, why did he lace with poison the salt? It was after they had died, so I don't know, what was he trying to prove there? Hey, Captain Lu. Lixun, how are things going there? Shinui has confirmed that the body isn't Yi Jing-san. Good, Lixun. Good thing that you noticed something was off. You can always find clues that others can't, just like your dad. We're going to check the bus stations and train stations. He's not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Captain, can I ask a favor? Oh, and what was the favor? To catch him himself, I bet. And there is the good doctor. Not escaping on the train, though. Interesting. As Chapter 7, Incinerate, starts now. Officer? How did you know it was me before I even started to talk? Almost no one knows this number. You answered the call from this number at the public phone market owned by the Tians. I guess you memorized the number back then. You're very smart, Ji Jing-san. You almost fooled everyone. But not you. If you had taken this train just now, your plan would have succeeded. And yet he did not. Interesting. So many layers to this story. Yi Jing-san, we have you surrounded. I asked my superior for some time to ask you some questions alone. You got me. I have nothing to say. This isn't an interrogation. It is an equal communication. Someone once taught me to exchange questions for questions. You probably also have a lot of questions for me. What's the point of doing this? I know you didn't poison the family. I don't want to pin it on the wrong person. But I also want to know why you did what you have done. I don't know what you're talking about. You've treated me as a pawn ever since I entered the clinic. You led me to investigate the Tian family case because you have created a new suspect for the case. You pretended to be a smoker in front of me, so I'd believe that you were burned to death in the fire due to your smoking habit. Oh, I get it. I get it. Alright, I think it's gonna be explained better by the game though, so let's keep going. This way, Zhao Shahuan could be cleared of charges, and the real murderer, aka the doctor, would be burned to death while you escaped. I answered your question. Now it's your turn to answer mine. Alright, hold on, for anyone who hasn't been following this story closely. The doctor and the wife were very close. Once the incident occurred, everybody blamed the wife, so I'm guessing the doctor wanted to clear her name. And the only way to clear her name was to take the blame himself. So he did that. He laced the salt with poison. He led me to an investigation to put himself as the prime suspect. In order to escape, though, he had to, burn a body and pretend that the body was him, so that he could live, I guess, with a different identity somewhere far away. Essentially clearing his name and the wife's name at the same time. Interesting. Why did you help Zhao Shahuan escape the Tian family? I was trafficked here as a kid. But the townspeople are unaware of this. I barely shared this secret with people. Zhao Shahuan was trapped here just like me. I helped her just like helping my patients. Her illness came from this place, so leaving here was her best treatment. It's my turn to ask a question. How did you discover that I wasn't dead? Your plan was very thorough, but the corpse gave you away. Which part of the body gave me away? I'm guessing... Oh, the ribs. Oh yes, of course, because he was punched in the ribs. He had his ribs broken by the grandfather. And I'm guessing the body didn't share the same trauma. Your ribs were broken by Tian Zhanrong. Under normal circumstances, even if your ribs had recovered, there would be fibrocartilage calluses. Our forensic experts spent the whole night putting the ribs together and found out that the ribs didn't have any calluses. Seems like I underestimated your forensic expert. The forensic expert was none other than the student of the famous Liu Kyunkong. She was your schoolmate. It's my turn to ask a question. Why did you try to take the blame? I've thought of the worst scenario when I helped Zhao Shahuan develop an escape plan. But I didn't expect that the situation would get much worse. Yes, nobody could predict, I guess, Fanfang poisoning the entire family. After her death, people called her a madwoman, a psycho, a murderer, which I didn't expect either. It was my plan that killed Zhao Shahuan and Fanfan. I should be the one to bear the charges. Dr. Yi, no one could predict the things that would go in that direction. That was just my first reason. My second reason... Since I was a child, my adoptive parents kept telling me that I was abandoned by my biological parents. My adoptive parents arranged a lot of things that I didn't want. I never resisted. I wanted to repay them for the kind act of nurturing me. They didn't tell me the truth until they were in their deathbeds. They had been deceiving me for their whole lives. After they passed away, I didn't shed a tear, nor did I feel relieved. The name Ji Jingsan still traps me here. I wanted this name to bear all the charge, and I will start a new life with a new identity. Any other reasons? That counts as another question. Now it's my turn to ask. I left you with a question during our first call. How did you find these clues? This is confidential. I investigated the Tian family, or the actual reason and the truth, which is I can communicate with the dead. There is a saying in the field of forensics that forensics is a profession that can communicate with the dead. Yes, but that's just an analogy. I can also communicate with the dead. I can see into their past. I know secrets that only the dead know. Perhaps this unreasonable answer is the most reasonable. Can you continue to answer that question for me now? The last reason, leaving Xingtan, was Xiao Shahuan's will and her expectations of me. On the day of the incident, she came to the clinic to buy medicine. Dr. Yi, do you have any Kangjian brand's cough medicine? I happened to restock a batch recently. I'll get a pack for you. Thank you. Oh, Dr. Yi, Fanfang and I will leave Xingtan next month. I come to say goodbye. I don't know if we'll have a chance to meet again in the future. Mr. Zhao, the last step of the plan is that you have to go somewhere even I will not be able to find. The ideal scenario is not to meet up again. However, If we're destined to meet again, maybe we will somewhere in the world. Oh, a while ago my father-in-law won 4 cruise tickets. My in-laws do not like to travel far, so I gave one to Miss Chen. And I wish to give the last one to you. You've been in town for such a long time. You should go out and relax. Dr. Yi, the infusion bottle is almost empty. Okay, I'll change it right away. I'm sorry, it's autumn and there are many patients in the clinic. I am overwhelmed. Miss Zhao, thank you for your kindness, but... It's okay. I'll reserve it for you. Tell me if you want to go one day. Sure. Thank you. She was a respectable person. She was not only saving herself, but me as well. I didn't understand at that time, but it was too late when I did. After she died, I told myself that I should try to leave. She wouldn't want you to leave in this way. But I'm the type of person that can't move forward without being pushed. And when I finally decided to move forward, I realized I was still trapped. You obviously had the opportunity to get in the train before I showed up. Why didn't you take it? Officer Lin, do you see the mountains ahead? They are like piled up ashes. When I stare at them, I feel an indescribable confusion and fear. Maybe they're just a mass of lifeless ashes, or maybe they're still smoldering inside. I feel as if I can see my biological parents. Their figures are vague, they are wandering through the mountains like ghosts. Their mouths are open and they are calling out. Maybe calling my name. But I've forgotten my original name long ago. I didn't understand until then that I am homeless. There isn't any place for me in the world. A home that was once warm, the people who can accompany me, have been buried in these mountains of ashes. Dr. Yi, do you have any questions? I have no more questions. I only have one request. Officer Lin, please forget the conversation that just happened. I am the criminal who killed 3 Tian family members and caused Zhao Shahuan to commit suicide. Yi Jing-san, you're suspected of arson and desecration of a human corpse. You're under arrest in accordance with the law. And I'm guessing this is how the story ends. After reinvestigation, the police discovered Yi Jing-san falsified the evidence of killing the Tian family. The identity of the burned corpse was also confirmed. It was Wang Jingkai, the owner of a small store. Yi Jing-san was prosecuted for arson, desecration of a human corpse, and falsifying evidence. The Tian family murder case was back to its original state. The case was closed again. Actually, I still have one more question for Yi Jing-san. I want to know if another person was also involved in his plan. I don't think he will answer this question. I also have my own answer. I will keep this answer in my heart forever. Lixun, what do you see this time? There is nothing but a blank white space. Where is the hearse carrying your father? I didn't continue to chase the hearse. I stopped and watched it until it disappeared from my sight. Why didn't you chase it? I just saw the miseries in this world. I also saw souls struggling painfully in it. I shouldn't have chased after my dad's honor and glory. There are still people suffering at the bottom of the dark abyss. That's where I should go. Yes, and the father was the final figure he was talking about, I guess. And the reason why he changed his life in the end. A few days ago, someone found this letter downstream. It's completely damaged after being soaked in the water. To Xingye Times editorial office, Xingye City, was written on the envelope. It was signed by Chen Xingsu. This letter is soaked and damaged. It is impossible to read what was written. We speculate based on the fragmentary content that this is a resignation letter. Miss Chen probably wanted to quit her job at the press and stay here to continue teaching. However, this letter didn't make it to the destination. But guess what it did? Interesting. And a sweet moment, I guess, to end the game. Miss Chen's funeral is being held in town today. According to the custom here, there will be fireworks at the funeral. People believe fireworks can help missing souls find their way. This is a funeral without the body of the deceased. It sounds absurd. But if we spend 2, 3, 5 or 10 years looking for Miss Chen, who would hold a funeral for her by then? Will anyone remember her?